The men literally created the male loneliness epidemic for themselves.
For whatever reason, my entire feed is talking about the male loneliness epidemic, and here's the thing.
Male loneliness epidemic? Yeah. Do you want to know the last time a man held the door open for me? Do you want to know the last time a man wanted to see me in the daylight?
Male loneliness epidemic? Oh no, poor thing.
Many of these females seems to have a very huge misunderstanding. There isn't a male loneliness epidemic. In reality, it's something they want to become true, even though it isn't. Men are walking away willingly, not because of women.
When men feel that they've lost control, they get angry. So as women are now waking up and no longer deciding to even have a man in their life, no longer allowing men to even reproduce, because we do hold the cards on who even gets to have a family partnership with a woman, gets another them. We get to decide that. And many women are collectively deciding to kill off the human race than to continue the human race with the selection of men that we have now. You can call it natural selection. I call it conscious evolution.
Here's my hot take on why there's a male loneliness epidemic. This is the first time ever in history that men had to actually work for a woman's attention, affection, love. They've always been girls. We just had no choice but to kowtow to them. But guess what, ladies? Ever since World War II, mark my words, they lined up all the hot, handsome, strong, smart, powerful men, and they put them on the front line. So ladies, the reason why we don't like men, it's not because they suddenly became girls. It's because this is the first time ever in history they had to actually work for our attention. And we don't need that anymore. Okay?
This woman has no idea what she's talking about, because she's trying to center women in a problem that isn't about them. She's framing the male loneliness epidemic like it's just men struggling to get female attention, as if the solution is simply work harder and compete more. That completely misses the point. Male loneliness isn't just about dating. It's about a lack of real connection, purpose, brotherhood, and direction in a lot of men's lives. What she's doing is taking a deeper issue and shrinking it down into something that revolves around women, because that's the only lens she's choosing to look through. Saying women don't need men anymore doesn't explain why men feel isolated, even when dating isn't part of the equation. There are men who aren't even focused on women at all and still feel disconnected, because the real issue is bigger than relationships. The reality is, a lot of men today don't have strong friend groups, don't have spaces where they can be open without being judged, and don't feel like they have a clear role or value in society.
It's not a male loneliness epidemic. It's men wanting women to act like men. And then your raging homophobia doesn't even allow you to see what you're actually wanting is a man. Like, just kiss each other already. Like, I know you want to. It's genuinely okay. Most of us are actually fine with that. Some of us might even want to watch a little. I don't know.
You need help.
Male loneliness epidemic? Yeah. Do you want to know the last time a man held the door open for me? Do you want to know the last time a man wanted to see me in the daylight? Do you want to know the last time a man bought me flowers? Do you want to know the last time a man picked me up for a date? I'm sorry that I'm not jumping at the opportunity to be treated like complete fucking dog shit. I'm sorry that I'm not jumping at the opportunity to receive the bare minimum from a man. At the end of the day, I can do all those things for me, and I can do it without some man bitching and whining and moaning in my ear about it. I dated a guy one time, and he told me, well, I can't buy you flowers that much because then you're just going to expect it, and it's not going to be as special. Why isn't it just like a normal thing that you regularly do? And I also had to ask for flowers. And he never held the door open for me. The last time I was involved with a man that I wanted to date, he threatened to delete my nudes when I pissed him off. And then he gaslit me and called me crazy. And the whole time he was talking to a complete other girl. And also, I don't really feel like getting into a relationship and then immediately being pressured by society to get married, have children, start a family. Because apparently that's all that women are good for in this day and age. And I've done the math. My life is just a whole lot better and easier without a man in my life dating me, because at the end of the day, I don't need to depend on them for happiness, and I'm way better off on my own. And until a man wants to treat me right, then I'm fine being single. So maybe do better.
This woman is projecting. She's stating that male loneliness exists because men aren't being chivalrous to women. She asks, Do you want to know the last time a man bought me flowers or picked me up for a date? But again, she's choosing those men. She's trying to justify the existence of the male loneliness epidemic by framing it as a cosmic punishment for men failing to meet her personal standards of service. This is a classic bait and switch, where she ignores the reality of her own poor vetting process and instead blames an entire gender's emotional state on their refusal to perform for her. The irony here is palpable. She laments the lack of traditional chivalry while simultaneously participating in the very culture that has devalued it. If a man isn't buying her flowers or picking her up, it's a reflection of the specific dynamic she has fostered or the specific men she's attracted to, not a symptom of a global male crisis.
Can we just abandon in general the idea that the word simp is a bad thing? Because I got news for you. Us ladies don't feel that way. The hottest thing that a guy can be is a simp for you. Simp doesn't mean weak. Simp doesn't mean that he's your little bitch. What it means is that he is so obsessed with you, enamored with you, would do anything for you because he cares and loves you so much. That's what a simp is. Anybody who told you, fellas, that we wouldn't want that is lying to you because they're trying to keep all the hoes for themselves. If guys are telling each other, yeah, don't be a simp, bro. Why not? Because you don't want your girl to feel loved and appreciated, secure. Sounds like a him problem. So dudes, simple way. We freaking love it.
The male loneliness epidemic is just a fancy way of saying that a huge number of men are bringing absolutely nothing to the table and women have finally stopped pretending that's okay. That's it. That's the whole thing. And men are literally undateable in record numbers. They're not growing. They're not evolving. They're not doing the emotional work. They're not bringing partnership to the table. They're not even bringing basic respect to the table. Now the women have to put up with it? No, we're choosing not to. And suddenly it's a fucking crisis. Who? It's not a crisis for the women. Women are out here thriving on their own. And that's the funny thing about it too. You look at any time this topic comes up on social media, blaming women for the male loneliness epidemic. Are you on drugs? Are you fucking kidding me? It's so ridiculous. You're undateable, sir. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm sorry. If the bar is on the floor and men are still tripping over it, that is not a girl's problem. That is a them problem. Go to therapy, read a book, learn how to cook a meal, learn how to regulate your emotions, learn how to be a genuine partner to someone, and then maybe, just maybe, you'll get chosen because that's what it is now. It is a choice and you have to be worth choosing.
What these women don't understand is that single is not lonely. The male loneliness epidemic exists solely in the delusion of brainwashed misandrists who seek to pathologize the male experience. Only deluded misandrists are obsessively trying to convince and brainwash women into joining in that delusion, creating a narrative of despair where none exists. This forced sympathy is nothing more than a veil for control, an attempt to make men feel fundamentally broken so they can be fixed according to a specific social agenda. The reality is that many men are finding peace, purpose, and profound clarity in their own company. There is a massive distinction between the physical state of being alone and the emotional state of being lonely. Yet modern discourse deliberately blurs these lines to manufacture a crisis. By framing independent men as victims of an epidemic, these critics attempt to strip away the agency and contentment found in self-reliance.
I feel like as a darker complex woman, dark-skinned Black woman at that, African woman at that, you know how they say Black women are at the bottom of the barrel? I feel like we are literally the ground, the concrete. We are the dirt. Because ain't no way that I'm sitting on this patio and all the Black men that I see in this patio are with women of, and it's no shade to my sister girls, but I don't see them with not one Black chocolate girl. They're all fair-skinned, light-skinned. We're not Black. And this is Atlanta. This is supposed to be chocolate city. You want to know the only time that I have seen a Black girl this whole time I was sitting here was walking with a white man. That's the only time that I saw a darker complex woman that looks like me.
You know why I don't feel bad for the male loneliness epidemic is because they truly do it to themselves. Like when women are single for a little bit, I would say we get upset. Some of us are okay. You know, I've gotten over it. But you do have those moments of like, what if something's wrong with me? You know, I should really work on this. I should work on that. I should go to therapy. You know, I should try to put myself out there, do more things, say yes to more things. And then when men are single, they're like, these women are just so shallow. They don't like me because I'm ugly. It's all their fault. They have too high of standards. I can't fit that. Like they literally make it everybody else's problem when they're single. Bro, just be happy single. I have not seen one fucking dude on this app talk about being happy single because they put so much emphasis on like needing a woman. Meanwhile, they talk about how women are fucking the worst, but then they think they need a woman to be fulfilled in life. So it's like, which is it? You dog on women your whole life and then you're like, oh, but I need one to be fulfilled. Can men ever be happy single? Like women, literally, like I said, we have our moments of like being upset about it, but like then we're like, okay, we'll work on ourselves, you know, focus on ourselves, get some hobbies, get some friends, you know, move on.
Okay, this is another woman who is projecting. Men don't dog on women. The reality is there are a lot more good men than there are bad ones. The thing is, women just don't look for those types of men. She said she hasn't seen one single video of men saying they're happy single. And that's because men don't need to be making videos and posting them online to tell people that they're happily single. They are too busy actually living their lives, pursuing their passions, and building their empires rather than craving digital validation. Silence is not a sign of suffering. It is a sign of contentment. While these women are documenting every emotional fluctuation and seeking a public audience for their grievances, the happily single man is finding fulfillment in his career and his hobbies. Furthermore, her claim that she hasn't seen these men speaks more to her own algorithm and her own biases than it does to reality. She's looking for drama and confirmation of her own theories, so she misses the millions of men who are quietly thriving in their independence.
The dating world has become nothing but confusion for everybody. You care too much, you care too little. If you care too much, you're being too much. If you don't care enough, you're a bitch. The dating world has become so confusing for everybody. Like, what do you want? Because it's either I'm giving too much or I'm giving too little. The communication is just out the window. It's like everybody's scared to give anything to anybody. And it sucks. And it makes dating hard. Because sometimes, yeah, we don't want a relationship right away. Or we just want to get to know you because we're working through our own stuff right now. But if you tell them that, oh, all hell breaks loose. I just wish people would understand the word of communication because that's all it really takes. It doesn't have to be so complicated, but nowadays it is, and it sucks.
And I think what you have confused is that as a woman, I don't need you any longer. Like up until the 70s, I needed you to get a credit card. Up until recently, I needed you to have a baby. I don't need you anymore. You don't complete me. Like Jerry Maguire said, I am complete by myself. So when I say you have to earn me, it's that you have to earn the right to receive my time, my beauty, my femininity, my softness. Like I'm an add value to you more than you're an add value to me. That's where I think you're getting confused on what we're saying, that it's not 50-50. It's 90-10. Okay?
Okay. Oh, man alive. So, honey, let me ask you, man, oof. Okay, let me ask you, what is you say you add value, you're an add value to him. What is it, honey? I want to know. I want to see it in list form because your personality bites. It sucks, right? I couldn't listen to you for more than a hot minute, right? And if I were a guy and took you on a date and you had even a touch of that little nastiness in your voice, I would be out of there, before you could blink. So what is the add value? Because it seems to me that you're really excited that you can, pay your own bills and all this stuff. But let me tell you something, honey. When you say this stuff to a man, like, I don't need you, and I don't need you to pay my bills, and you don't complete me, Jerry Maguire style. She's got resentment for the romantic movies that used to exist where people would acknowledge, things like, love and men and women are different and we complement each other in different ways. She resents that. Very resentful woman here. And you openly say this stuff to a man, right? Like, you have to earn me. You have to earn my beauty. You basically went from whatever you were at, say you were a 5, you're now a 0. He doesn't want you. You're not appealing to him. None of that. Now, this is the same woman. I will tell you that, I don't know how old she is. Let's take a guess. I don't know, 30. This is the same woman that at 40 will be crying and sobbing and weeping, saying, what did I do? Where are all the good men? Well, you spoke to them like this, honey. You spoke to them like an empowered woman. You spoke to them like they were worthless to you, like you were bringing everything on earth to the table and they had to work to earn your beauty, your time, this, that. Now, there's nothing wrong. Let me say this. There's nothing wrong with a man having to work like a man should be. I always tell you, a man should have his shit together. A man should have get your job that earns your salary so that you can get a nice home and get a nice car. I'm not saying you got to be living grand, with a Bentley, but you got to have stability in your life that you can provide to a good woman.
It's kind of funny how many of these women who speak like they're the prize and act like they're the prize are somehow always single. It's almost like a lot of men are avoiding this prize that claims to bring so much value to a man's life, despite the constant marketing to the contrary. They stand on a pedestal they built themselves, shouting about their high standards and worth. Yet they fail to realize that a prize is only valuable if someone actually wants to win it. If the market of high-quality men is consistently walking past their display case without a second glance, it might be time for them to realize the product isn't as advertised. The reality is that these women confuse value with entitlement. They list off their degrees, their career titles, or their physical maintenance, as if these are things that provide peace. When men choose solitude over the headache of managing someone else's ego, these women label it an epidemic of loneliness to protect their own pride.